Have you ever felt like your brain is holding too many tabs open at once? Like you walk into a room and immediately forget why you're there, but also remember 6 other things that you haven't done yet. Overwhelm with ADHD doesn't always look like panic or breakdown. Sometimes it looks like staring at a to-do list until you cry, or checking your phone because deciding what to do next feels impossible. My name is Sara Kelly and I'm an ADHD coach for late diagnosed high achieving women, and if you're constantly feeling overwhelmed no matter how hard you try, you're not alone. In this video we're going to talk about why overwhelm happens so often with ADHD, what's going on in the brain when everything feels like it's too much, and what can actually help you get unstuck without needing to overhaul your entire life. Let me tell you about one of my clients. We'll call her Tara. She's a marketing executive, smart, driven, deeply caring. From the outside, it looks like she has it all together, but most nights she lies in bed replaying everything she didn't get to. The email she forgot to send, the appointment she needs to reschedule, the birthday card she meant to mail 2 weeks ago. During the day, she jumps between tasks, tabs, and texts trying to stay ahead, but inside she feels like she's constantly behind, like she's managing a million pieces and none of them are going smoothly. And that's the essence of ADHD overwhelm. It's not laziness, it's not poor time management, it's a nervous system that's flooded and a brain that's trying to track more than it can hold. So let's talk about what's actually happening underneath the surface. ADHD affects executive functions. That includes things like planning, prioritizing, task initiation, working memory, and emotional regulation. And when those systems are strained, everything feels harder, especially when the demands are coming from multiple directions: work, home, family, even your own expectations. Here's how it often shows up. You wake up feeling already behind. You make a to-do list but can't figure out where to start. You jump into the most urgent thing, then get pulled into something else. You forget to eat, forget what you're doing, then get frustrated with yourself. And because you're capable and high functioning, most people don't see this part. They don't see the internal traffic jam. They just see the output, which might be delivering at a cost to your mental health as well as your emotional health. Let's talk about sensory overwhelm. ADHD brains often take in more sensory inputs than others. Sounds, lights, clutter, even subtle background noises can add up fast. When your environment is overstimulating, it's like your brain is trying to work in the middle of a parade. Then there's emotional overload. Every email, task, or conversation can carry more weight. A mildly critical message can feel crushing. A long to-do list can feel like a mountain because your nervous system is always working harder to regulate. It's easier to get overwhelmed and harder to recover. Before we go any further, I want to say this. If overwhelm is your baseline and you're ready for support that actually works with your brain and not against it, there is a link in the description of this video to book a free consult with me. We'll talk through what's really going on and whether ADHD coaching is the right fit for you. Now let's talk about what actually helps your brain when you're overwhelmed. Anchor your day. When your mind feels like a tornado, you need something steady to hold on to. Pick one thing to ground your day. That might be writing down your top 3 priorities. Start your day with a body-based ritual: stretching, walking, music. A consistent check-in moment like journaling with your morning coffee anchors, gives your brain a sense of safety as well as structure. Externalize everything. ADHD brains aren't good at holding information internally. So get it out of your head, write it down, use a whiteboard, leave yourself notes, talk through it out loud. When your brain doesn't have to track it all, it can start to focus again. One client of mine has what she calls a download journal. Every night she writes down anything swirling in her mind. No structure, just a dump. She says it's like clearing the desk before she tries to work. Shrink the task. Overwhelm often comes from trying to tackle too much at once. So shrink the task until it feels doable. Instead of clean the kitchen, start with clear one counter. Instead of write a report, start with open the document. This isn't about lowering your standards. It's about meeting your brain where it is so it can get into motion. Build transitions. ADHD brains struggle to switch gears. So going straight from one thing to another can ramp up your stress. Try building in mini transitions. It might be a short walk between meetings, 3 deep breaths before opening your inbox, or a physical cue like lighting a candle or changing locations. Transitions help your brain rest, and that makes the next task feel more manageable. Check your internal pressure. So much of our overwhelm doesn't just come from the tasks themselves. It comes from the pressure that we put on ourselves. Like, I should already know how to do this, or I can't drop the ball, Or maybe you say to yourself, I need to prove I'm on top of it. That pressure doesn't make you more productive. It makes you freeze. So start catching those thoughts and ask, is this helping me or am I piling it on thicker than it needs to be? Pause before you numb. When we're overwhelmed, the instinct is to escape. We scroll, snack, nap, or zone out. None of those things are bad on their own, but if they're not actually helping you reset, they can add to the guilt spiral. Instead, you can pause and ask yourself, what do I actually need right now? Would a walk or a 5-minute reset help more than scrolling on TikTok? And you might still scroll, but now it's a choice, not a compulsion. Create a daily done list. ADHD brains often forget what we've accomplished, especially when the list feels never ending. So start tracking what you did get done. And I mean every tiny thing. Sent the email, took a break, said no to something. And this has nothing to do with earning gold stars. It's about reminding your brain that progress is happening. This one is huge. Regulate before you problem solve. Overwhelm shuts down your ability to think clearly. So if you're spiraling, take care of your nervous system first. Try stepping outside for fresh air, move your body for 2 minutes, splash cold water on your face. Because once your system calms down, your executive functions can come back online. And that's when planning or prioritizing becomes way easier. Use the to-list trick. Make 2 columns, what's urgent and what's nagging. Urgent helps you triage, and nagging helps you clear low-level stressors. Just naming them can bring a ton of relief. And from there, you can pick one to start with. If overwhelm is your default, please know this. You're not broken, you're carrying too much too quietly. And this is so common for ADHDers. And your brain isn't lazy, it's working overtime to manage input, emotions, and energy. You can create more ease, you can feel less scattered, but it starts with understanding what your brain actually needs. And if you'd like support making this shift, there is a link below to book a free consult with me. We'll talk about what's going on, what you've already tried, and how to build a rhythm that actually fits you. Because you deserve to feel more steady and you don't have to do this alone. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.